In this video, we'll be going over solving a rational equation for x. So to get started here, again, what I'd like to do, as we like to do with all rational expressions, before we try to simplify them, is factor anything that we can. So I've got 18 over x squared minus 3x. So I'm going to start there. So starting there, I see I've got 18 divided by, I've got x squared minus 3x here. So I've got a common factor of x that I can remove from there. I only get x minus 3 inside the bracket there. So that's factored now. If I look at the other two expressions here, I don't really have anything common that I can factor out of the bottom of the first one. And I don't really have anything I can factor out of 5 over x. So what I'd like to do to be able to solve this rational equation now is find a common denominator for x outside of x minus 3, and x. So looking at those three, the common denominator, or the lowest common denominator that I can find, would be x outside of x minus 3. So what we'd like to do is multiply each part of this equation by the lowest common denominator. So I'm going to multiply this expression by x outside of x minus 3. I'm going to multiply this expression by x outside of x minus 3. And I'm going to multiply the third expression by x outside of x minus 3. So looking at these expressions now, individually, if I multiply the top of this first expression by x outside of x minus 3, and I also have that in the denominator, then everything here is going to cancel. If I look at the second expression, I would have the x minus 3 cancel with the x minus 3, and in the third expression I would get my x's to cancel. So what I've been able to do here is eliminate the fraction portion of this rational equation. So now what I'm left with is 18 on this side, and I've got 6 times x left on the top here, and I've got 5 outside of x minus 3 left there. So I'm going to further simplify this a bit. So I'm going to have 18 equals 6x. I'm going to multiply now, not forgetting that I have a negative in front of my 5 here. I'm going to have a minus 5x, and minus 5 and minus 3 will give me plus 15. So now I'm going to have 18 equals x plus 15, and subtracting 15 from both sides, I'm going to get that x equals 3. So what I'd also like to do here is look at the denominators for the three expressions I have up top, and the lowest common denominator more specifically, and calculate NPVs to make sure that my solution is a valid one. So if I calculate my NPVs, I'm going to be using the x equal to 0. So that gives me my first expression and my first non-permissible value. And then I'm going to use the x minus 3 equal to 0, which gives me x equal to 3 as a second non-permissive value. So I have one there and a second one here. Now we've run into a problem because I have x is equal to 3 as a solution, but x equal to 3 is also a non-permissible value. So if I were to compare my solution here to my original expression, if I plug in 3 for x here or here, what I end up having is a denominator of 0. So while I was able to solve this and find a value for x, the value ends up being what we call an extraneous root. Because it wouldn't make sense to put 3 back in at the beginning. So we were able to find a solution, but it's not one we'd be able to use.